WLOX presents the Friday Night Football Showdown Halftime Update.
Proudly sponsored by Champion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Oak Trust Insurance Group.
Hello everybody and welcome in Week 6. Week 6, we're using two hands now, guys. Week 6 of high school football action right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Thank you so much for joining me right here on the Friday Night Football Showdown Halftime Update. I am your host, Dylan Jones, and tonight we'll be heading to high school football games all across the coast to get you those latest scores, and you can do so yourself if you head on over to our website, WLOX.com. You can also check out our mobile app. And real quick, I'm going to give you the rundown on how to get to those scores if you want. If you hit this hamburger menu right here on WLOX.com, you'll also see this on our app as well. Make sure to hit that little arrow right there by the sports tab. Navigate your way over to the scoreboard, and you'll be able to hit high school football and get all of those latest scores. But before we do that, what we want to do is we want to give you a rundown, quick little recap. Where are we right now? Well, that is a fantastic question. If you take a look here, here are our top 10 teams heading into this week. Ocean Springs still standing stout at that number 1 spot. We only have really one big change there. Gulfport sneaking into the top 10 once again after a nice win last week. However, Goshen, they end up dropping out of that top 10 spot after a loss to Greene County. Greene County moves back into the top 10. A lot of byes this week. Goshen, Pascagoula, Picayune, Pearl River Central, George County, Van Cleve, East Central, and Harrison Central, all on a bye week this week in preparation for district games beginning for a lot of those teams next week. Here's a recap at WLOX staff, what they believe is going to happen in a lot of these games. There's all of our picks from last week. Only a few really big upsets. Goshen versus Greene County being really the biggest one. You can also see our records down there at the bottom. 34-11, I am currently leading it. Got to toot my own horn a little bit, if you will. Looking at our game of the week, D'Iberville heads to West Harrison, a clash between number 2 and number 3. D'Iberville, their best start since 2021, a season in which they finished 10-2. They ended up losing in the first round of playoffs, hoping for a better result this year. West Harrison just one way a win from tying their program best. Tyler Bell gives us a preview.
Two more undefeated teams meet under the Friday night lights. West Harrison and D'Iberville are both 5-0 to start off the season, but neither coach is keeping track of records.
Every single approach to every single game is the same for us. We have a standard here, and as long as we meet the standard, then everything's going to be fine. We're trying to be 1-0 every week, and no offense to anyone else, but whoever's on the schedule next is who we're trying to beat, and that's just how it goes.
We got the same goal every week. Right now we're 0-0 and want to be 1-0 at the end of this week. So I don't even give it any thought about what we are overall. I just know right now we're 0-0, and hopefully at the end of the game Friday night we're 1-0.
It's a best-on-best matchup. The Hurricanes have been putting work in on the ground, with guys like Jordan Stapleton and Sean Fairley keeping the chains moving almost every play, while the Warriors have been making their living with a lockdown defense, especially against the run game.
Jordan Stapleton and Jazir Carter are going to do Jordan Stapleton and Jazir Carter things all the time. They're just blessed. They have, they're truly, truly blessed. But we have a great team in there. I want all of our guys to step up, and they have been stepping up all year. So I expect the entire team to step up. Hopefully, the head coach can step up as well.
I can't really point to one thing. Jordan is an exceptional athlete, but we have several, and all of them put together really just make a great backfield and a great team. Can't forget the offensive line and tight ends. My exes that block well and run well. It's really the whole thing.
It's our WLOX Game of the Week. 2 teams enter, and only one will leave with their clean record intact.
And looking at that game so far at halftime, D'Iberville leading at 12-0, very low-scoring affair thus far, kind of as Tyler sort of predicted. They ended up mentioning that D'Iberville defense and how well they've stopped the run so far this season, and it's doing a fantastic job as of right now. As you see, Warriors lead at 12-0 at halftime. Heading back to the top, though, last week the Long Beach Bearcats fell just 3 points shy of securing their second win of the season. Tonight they host the undefeated South Jones Braves, who have surprisingly emerged as a contender in 5A after winning 5 contests straight, including over rivals West Jones and Northeast Jones, as well as the coast's own George County. Long Beach has not won over 2 games in a season since 2018. Do not have an update for that score yet. We work to get that score as quickly as possible. If you just so happen to be the one that has that score, you're going to be so kind to give us an update. Make sure to leave those in the comments down below. 2 winless teams clash in Bay St. Louis. The 0-4 Tigers host the 0-4 Hancock Hawks. Hancock is fresh off a bye week after falling to St. Martin in a shutout loss. Bay hopes to bounce back from a 7-28 loss at the hands of Presbyterian last week. However, Hancock run it away with it quick, 28-6 at halftime. Bay able to get an interception there towards the end of the half in order to keep Hancock off the board once again. Going to have to get back on the saddle here in the second half if they want to be able to mount a comeback. Just down the road, the St. Stanislaus Rockchaws haven't scored a point in 2 weeks despite allowing 108. The one-win Rocks hope to flip the tables against the Stone Tomcats, who have yet to score a win since opening the season victorious in the Kill. Stone looking very, very good right now. At halftime, they're up 42-0. Up in Brooklyn, the one-win Moss Point Tigers begin district play. They see the Forest County Agricultural High School Aggies, who are 3-1 against coast teams so far this season, and this is not an error. Nobody has scored any points for some reason. I have no idea why, but at halftime, 0. Zeros all the way around the board, guys. Just down the road, the St. Stanislaus, real quick, rewind. In St. Ellen, it's a top 10 clash. The number 10 Greene County Wildcats host the Pass Christian Pirates. Both teams enter tonight's game with just 1 loss and 4 wins. Greene County is 1 week removed from an upset win over Gaucher, whereas the Pirates narrowly defeated the East Central Hornets, and so far looking like a good one here in St. Ellen. Greene County, Pass Christian, both at 14 tied. Gotta imagine this is going to shape up to be a good one. Now we check in with the number 5 Poplarville Hornets 1 week after falling just shy of upsetting Picayune. Now they hit the road to visit the undefeated Macomb Tigers to begin district play. The two met last year, round 3 of the 4A state playoffs. Poplarville winning 42-21 on route to claiming the state championship at halftime. Also, same exact score, 14-14. Both teams looking to pull away here in that second half. Dipping down to 3A, the St. Patrick Fighting Irish haven't won a play district game, say that twice as fast, since 2014. They hope to change that tonight as they host the Presbyterian Bobcats, who are 2-0 against coast teams this season after scoring victories over Pass Christian and Bay. This is also one of those games we do not have an update for so far. We're going to get that for you as quickly as possible. As for the coast's lone 1A team, the Resurrection Eagles bring just 1 win with them on the road tonight as they head to Perry County to face the Richton Rebels to open district play. Last year's contest proved to be a rather low-scoring affair, the Rebels winning 19-7, just 3 points shy of that right now. 16-7 at halftime, Richton in the driver's seat. Heading back to 7A, another top 10 matchup. The number 1 Ocean Springs Greyhounds host the number 7 Gulfport Admirals. The Greyhounds keep an iron grip on the top spot in our rankings after downing Biloxi last week. As for Gulfport, the Admirals rebounded from a tough loss last week with a win in Pascagoula. Hope to pull off a huge upset tonight, and right now, starting to look that way. At halftime, Gulfport in the driver's seat, 20-7. In Biloxi, the Indians have dropped 3 straight since their win over Pascagoula. Now they look for an upset win over St. Martin, who are looking to recover after losing last week's WLOX game of the week in tragic fashion to West Harris, and they ended up spiking the ball on 4th down. So right now, at halftime, Biloxi in that driver's seat, just by 3 points though, nothing you can't come back from. 17-14, your score there. Finally, we finish things off by checking in with the winless Christian Collegiate Academy Bulldogs, who suffered their 5th shutout loss of the season last week. This week, they face the also winless Christian Home Educators Fellowship Patriots out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A nice drive there. Do not have an update for that one yet, but we'll make sure to try and get that one as quickly as possible. But that will do it for us here tonight. Just a quick recap on how to get those scores. If you would like, make sure to head on over to WLOX.com or check out our mobile app, and you can check out Sports tab. Make sure to click that little arrow right there, hit the scoreboard, and then from there you'll be able to find your way to those high school scores. But that'll do it for us here tonight. Make sure to tune in to WLOX on ABC and CBS at 10:15 tonight for Friday Night Football Showdown halftime. Be able to get all those latest updates and highlights. But until then, I'm Dylan Jones. Thank you for joining me.